What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes on the day another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topic, tweets, videos you want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, today is Wednesday, July 31st. It's the end of the month. That's right. And my freaking God, we've been making videos back to back this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And the news cycle keeps bringing up all of this crazy news every single day. I have a lot to tell you guys about a lot that's happening around the entire freaking world, okay? Buckle in. First, let me start off with some world news, something that you guys all need to know or at least know what is actually happening, okay? And this is breaking news. As of last night, Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was killed by a pre-drawn airstrike in the Iranian capital. You guys are probably familiar with Hamas as they are the political and military movement governing parts of the Israeli-occupied Gaza Strip and have been at war with Israel for the past couple of months. As of today, so far, there has been no direct response from Israel, who has actually sworn to kill the leader of Hamas, but Iran has said that they will be taking vengeance against Israel since he was assassinated in their own country. What does it mean? What's going to happen next? Does this mean that the war between Palestine and Israel is going to start winding down and that they've taken out the leader, or will this escalate and make things go even further? Unfortunately, from what I've been reading, guys, it looks like it's going to make this situation even worse. The government of Qatar, which has been a key partner in the talks aimed at ceasefire and hostage release agreement, warned Wednesday that the killing of Haniyeh would, quote unquote, lead the region into chaos and undermine the chances of peace. But yeah, guys, that's the update with the Hamas leader being assassinated in Iran. I'll keep you guys posted as more news comes out since this is so fresh. Curious to see if Israel's going to respond, and also curious to see how the rest of the world responds to this successful assassination attempt. It's getting really scary out here. All right, guys, we have a lot of movement that's happening in the YouTube space right now that you guys really need to know. A lot of movement in the spaces where people are leaving, coming back, some controversy takes, some updates from what we were talking about yesterday. It seems to be some weird energy in the air where content creators are taking steps back for their own mental health because of all of the bad news that's been happening, or by just literally being a platform for talking about some of the bad things around the world. Some of that bad juju is starting to seep into them, and I think a lot of people are trying to take step backs. Satanel said apparently Charlie MoistCritikal is going on indefinite hiatus following recent events. This was posted on the Patreon page of the boy, and it reads, show update, goodbye Charlie. Hey everyone, effective immediately, Charlie has made the decision to leave both the official podcast and Red Thread. He wants to go on an indefinite hiatus to scale back his time spent on the internet. We obviously wish him the best, for everyone to respect his decision and for all to know that the show will always be open for him to drop by and talk shop should we wish to return. The official podcast, Red Thread, and Criminally Stupid are not going anywhere in light of this announcement. So Charlie basically taking an indefinite hiatus and taking a step back from the podcast, which I don't blame, by the way. A lot of people were saying this has to do with the fact that he had this debate with Sneeko and now it's just becoming too problematic. Some people feel like it has something to do with some comment. I think one of the people had meant, I think somebody by the name of Kaya, talking about, I ain't even gonna say what it was, but it wasn't good, right? Everyone has their theories about why this is happening, okay? But I do know that Charlie makes a lot of content daily, right? He drops like 2 videos on his main channel like every single day for like the past year and year. And then he streams like 3 or 4 hours every day talking about content. So maybe Mans does need to take a step back because he seems to be making too much content. Who knows? I don't know the real reason, but it doesn't look like Charlie is actually leaving the internet per se. It seems like he's just taking a step back from the podcast related type content, which leads to another commentary in YouTube figure that you guys all know, Ludwig, who apparently, according to Puppy, said is moving away somewhat from Mogul Mail due to the burden the channel has become. Everyone's taking steps back because I believe the drama that's been happening around the world and happening in the internet space is getting a little bit too heavy. I've actually already watched Ludwig's video talking about it and resonated with a lot that he had to say.
If you watch the last couple of Mogul Mails, the title of this video is probably not going to be a surprise. Simply put, I have not been enjoying this channel as of late, and I want to make some changes. Is when there's a topic that needs to be talked about. Not necessarily because I'm dying to talk about it, but because it is so relevant in the space that I am in, or I am perceived to be so close to said topic that not talking about it doesn't seem like an option.
All right.
And the past 5 videos have been that. And I'll tell you straight up, it's not a lot of fun to talk about these topics. I don't personally enjoy, I don't revel in it. When Dr. Disrespect is caught talking to a 17-year-old on Whispers, right? When Sketch is getting canceled for doing gay porn, when Ava Chris Tyson is found out to be a horrible person, or when Cody Ko is silent about having had a sexual relationship with Tana when she was 17. I don't like talking about these things. It's not like a big mood lifter for my day. But when I don't talk about them, even for a day.
I think we've talked about this one as well, right? But Ludwig and a lot of content creators have been in this space, right? Where if they are absent from this talking about certain things, then people believe their absence is the message in itself. Like, hey, Ludwig, why aren't you condemning Mr. Beast? Or why aren't you condemning Ava? Or why aren't you condemning these people? Blah, blah, blah. And this man might be like in the bathroom, like freaking taking a shit. Or, you know, he's like, I think he was in Paris with his family. Like, he might just be out there just chilling, living his life. Don't even know what's happening. Cinnamon Toast Ken as well. Another commentator literally came back from the internet. It's like, hey guys, I've been gone. We haven't been on the internet. And now people are saying that I'm canceled because I haven't talked about a certain subject. What the hell is going on? There's something going on. And the internet world space where people are trying to hold content creators accountable by having them talk about like everything, right? And then you guys know what's also happening, right? There's like secret wars, there's like they versus them, there's these fights about who says what. And then not only do you have to talk about it, right? If you don't agree with said opinions, then you get blasted anyway, right? It's getting to a point where it feels like a lot of the viewers and people have been creating is like this sense of entitlement where it's like, you need to be here, you need to show up, and you need to say exactly what it is that I want to hear. And if you don't do all three of these things, then you are going to be put behind like enemy number one or blasted for L take bozo kind of situation. And that space has always been on the internet. It just seems to be like increasing more and more recently. I don't know if you guys have noticed it.
Now all my channel has become is heavy drama.
Yeah.
Not light e-girl group chat getting leaked. You know, not airy, breezy Minecraft stuff. Straight up like pedophile shit. Almost back to back to back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that it's weighed on me. All right. In addition to not wanting to make stuff that I don't think is good, making stuff that is incredibly heavy has made it harder. Now, having said all that, I'm not trying to say that I want to quit this channel.
So again, yes, resonating very heavily with it. I've talked to you guys about this on almost every single video, every single time, that sometimes it feels like when it rains, it pours. And when I'm talking about rain, I'm talking about really bad news, which is why I like to litter you guys with like good content and like good news, right? Like here's an example, right? We can even run this as an experiment, man. There's something when it comes to like drama and bad news that just people just gravitate towards. If I made a video and the thumbnail was my face and I'm smiling, I said, I have good news, right? It'd do all right. You guys will come clicking like, hey, congratulations, Omni. Yay, this is great. This is good news. And you know, be out your way on your door, right? But if I made a video that's, I was angry and I had a really pissed off face on there and I said, I'm angry or I'm pissed off or I have some bad news or something, right? Then people would be raining into there because something about that negative title plus that negative face makes people want to click more. Unfortunately, drama and negativity does just tend to get more views. And I'm sure Ludwig is aware of it as well. I don't think it's something that he wants to harp on, but he does recognize that when they talk about these negative situations, it will give more attraction. I don't think he needs to. I don't think he needs the views. Okay, he already has a successful main channel. He's already successful and he runs all these different type of platforms and events. Okay, it's not something that he needs to kind of put into his space or his energy, but he finds himself in a place where this seems to be the reoccurring theme on the channel when he needs to take a step back from that. And for you guys, when I'm talking about it, I purposely don't include all the negativity that happens around the entire world, just some of the most important things, while also sprinkling palate cleansers, right? Talking about some good things that are happening around the world, positive things that'll make you smile, things that make you laugh, right? Something bitter, something sweet, so you can digest some of the bad information, get some of the good information, and by the end of the video, still walk away feeling pretty good and snazzy, right? You get to stay in the know of everything that's happening without your mental health suffering because of it. And also, I really want to talk about this comment right here that he actually put in the pinned Mogul mail comment of this video, where he said, this video has been up for a few minutes, and I've seen dozens of comments claiming this video is to avoid talking about Mr. Beast's situation, which I'm literally watching and covering on stream tomorrow. Just based off the title alone, this type of stuff reaffirms why I'm gonna upload much less going forward. Some of y'all are weird skull emoji. It's again the situation I said where I feels like there's like this entitlement that is occurring from viewers and audiences, right? Who are basically saying you need to be making the kind of content that I want to see, or you need to be talking about the things that I want you to kind of talk about. It's getting very terrifyingly parasocial out on these streets, and I think it has to do with the fact is that as a viewer, if you go to Twitter or any of these places, you are allowed to shout into the abyss. You can shout at Ludwig and he might see it, he might hear it, right? Kind of thing, and people want to be heard, and yeah, something is in the air. Here's another good comment. This is what happens when people cover drama. People then expect you to cover everything, or else you get accused of avoiding. Then when you do cover it, they say the person is just trying to save face because they got called out for not covering it a minute ago. It's the new meta, dog, bro, right? If something happens overnight and I'm just sleeping, you know, whatever, I'm going to Otakon this weekend and something happens, you guys, where's Omni? Why isn't he covering this subject? Is it because he's friends with this bozo and he's not talking about it? It's a new meta that's happening that I hope goes away pretty fast because it just makes the space kind of like annoying for everyone involved. But guys, not only do you have MoistCritikal, aka Charlie, taking a step back from his podcast, we've got freaking Ludwig taking a step back from talking about certain subjects as well. I don't think they're going to be able to take a step back from like the big things that are occurring, like Mr. Beast, because Ludwig definitely has a personal relationship with Mr. Beast. This is going to be very conflicting. They've worked a lot in the past, so it's going to be kind of weird watching friends talk about friends when it comes to drama. It's not a comfortable space for anyone. It's definitely impossible to be like completely unbiased in that type of situation, right? Then we have the update that we talked about yesterday. I need to give you guys some added context when it comes to Nux, all right? And the Some Ordinary podcast, we talked about it. There was this clip that we played yesterday by Chud, where Mudahar basically said, yeah, Some Ordinary Podcast, it's over. It's ending kind of thing. And people were like, what do you mean it's ending? And does it have something to do with Nux? Mudahar then said in a tweet, this has nothing to do with Nux. And you know what that means? The internet said, well, if Mudahar says it has nothing to do with Nux, it has everything to do with Nux. Well, apparently there was a video that I missed that dropped yesterday by Nux himself, where there is a clip where Mudahar comes and gives more added context to the exchange that occurred yesterday.
Anyway, this story continued to spiral out of control because I see this video on my feed. NuxTaku kicked from Some Ordinary Podcast. Absolutely not because of Shadman. And this is a whole train of worms. That's not a real expression, but goddamn, crazy situation to learn about getting fired from my podcast from some guy's video. To be clear, this is just false information. I was not fired from my podcast. And I'm gonna have a clip of Mudahar playing in a minute that he sent me for this video to clarify. So I'll play that in just a moment.
Hey everybody, Muda here, and I just wanted to make it as clear as possible. This podcast is not over because of Nux and his situation currently. Ladies and gentlemen, a couple days ago at this point, I was on a podcast, or not a podcast, but I was on a live stream with a creator known as Chud Logic. Yeah. And I wasn't exactly clear as to the ending of the podcast, which really is an ending. Let me be more clear with you. The timing of this is actually purely coincidental, like you see on all those disclaimers for any movie or television show you're watching, or video game that you're playing. No, in reality, what actually happened is me and Caleb, we have our own kind of thing over here that, ultimately, behind the scenes, the podcast and rather the ownership of it and the structure of it is something that we're actually working on again.
That's what I thought.
I actually went out and flew out about a week and a half ago with Caleb, and we filmed a lot of IRL stuff, and we kind of had our own sort of idea as to what the podcast should really be. If you haven't noticed, the weekly podcast, some of the episodes might have been a little bit phoned in. There was a lot of rambling, so me and Caleb and Nux have basically decided that it's better to restructure the podcast, basically have ownership ourselves. And
I just want to pause. So that sounds exactly what I think was going on. It sounds like they're doing some restructuring. I remember when Caleb Umpaville, he actually did a podcast collab with Nikocado Avocado, which was absolutely hilarious. So maybe they're trying to capture something, maybe like an IRL type podcast fit kind of thing. Maybe he's flying to Texas more often from Canada. That would be crazy. Also, how does this work with Nux? Because you guys know Nux is a VTuber, right? So I'm sure including Nux as a VTuber into an IRL type podcast type format show would be pretty difficult. My guess is that's what's happening. They're restructuring how this is going to play out. So the podcast is not going away. It's just going to be upgraded, all brand new once they perfect the setup.
To the point of actually making a set, so we do more IRL stuff. So a lot of it is really set on, building a set. I'm flying down to Texas more often, hopefully down the road, to be filming IRL and doing the podcast with Caleb. More so like you would see with typical like IRL style podcasts where you can actually do the hosts on camera sitting next to each other, and one where we don't necessarily even need to have a guest like every week, try to figure out how to get Nux on the entire show, being the fact that he lives in an NFT land and an NFT world, so to get him onto the actual podcast is another challenge itself.
Yes.
So it's really something where we're taking some time to stop the podcast, restructure, and possibly rebrand it and get the ownership directly under all three of us, which is something we didn't necessarily have with the Some Ordinary podcast.
Okay.
So I hope that clears things up. The timing was purely coincidental, and obviously I would love to work with Nux and Caleb again and get this podcast more structured in a way that we really want to push out, especially with the quality that we imagine and, just the style that we want to bring.
Okay, so cool. Everything's good. Everything's deja vu. Ordinary podcast, taking a quick break, taking a hiatus. Everybody will be returning. But guys, before we get further into today's topics, I'm happy to announce that today's video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Guys, have you ever been in a car accident? Because I have, and yeah, it sucks. Especially when you get hurt, because then you got to figure out who's going to pay for the medical bills, and it's not going to be me. But that's where Morgan & Morgan comes into place. Guys, contacting a personal injury attorney should be your first step in a car accident. It's literally a no-brainer because it costs you absolutely nothing unless you win, which means you have nothing to lose. And a firm like Morgan & Morgan can quickly see if you even have a case. There's no need for you to visit law offices and sit through long consultations. You can submit a claim and have an actual lawyer review your case with only 8 clicks, only using your phone. From there, you can upload documents, medical records, and you can text your attorney and your legal team throughout the duration of the case. TLDR, you just got into a car accident, and your current and future health might be at stake. One simple call to Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, may be all you need to get the compensation that you deserve. If you're ever injured and in an accident, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. You can submit a claim in 8 clicks or less without even having to leave your couch. To start your claim, visit https://forthepeople.com/omni. And again, special thanks to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring today's video. As for Nux's relationship with Shadman being that dude, like the Epstein of the YouTube world, that if you associated with him in any kind of way, people are going to come look at you, and because of the whole Ava Chris Tyson thing, it's put a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth. And now people are trying to connect the dot to Shadman to like literally every YouTuber in the space, right? And I don't think it works that way, right? You can interact with a person and with a bad dude without being a bad dude. One of the interactions Nux had with Shadman was that he was going to do a collab with him, but he said here in this collab, he was basically going to troll him, basically call him out for some of the bad things that he's done. The only thing that he has between him are some weird DMs, interactions, one-sided ones that came from Shadman himself, and basically was like, yeah, I'm not associated with him in a way that's like creepy, okay? Did I interact with the person? Yes, but was it in some kind of creepy way or to kind of support who he is? No, is what Nux is saying. It was a pretty good explanation as well. So guys, that's MoistCritikal, okay? That's Ludwig taking a step back. That's the Ordinary Podcast. They're taking a step back, well, to do some restructuring as well. A lot of people taking step backs to protect their mental health. I don't know, maybe it's August. It's summer, right? Maybe people want to go outside and touch grass, because staying perpetually online right now in this cyberspace right now during election year, man, is not good for anybody's freaking health. That's why I'm talking to you guys about today's video. I'm trying to do it in a way where your mental health stays afloat, because I just don't want to brain rot. Not in August, maybe in the fall, in the winter, sure, I'll stay in bed and brain rot all day, but not when it's sunny outside and I can touch grass and get some good old vitamin D. But yeah, there's one more surprise. Okay, we've been talking about people taking step backs. We've updated with clarification when it comes to Nux. There's a return of a YouTuber that, I did not expect what happened last night or yesterday, but yeah. That's right, guys. Dream is officially back. Oh my God, bro. I remember there was one point in time where we had like Dream in a thumbnail like every single day. This guy, if you guys don't know who Dream is, I'm pretty sure most of you do, if you are fans of the channel, right? But Dream is a YouTuber, one of the biggest Minecraft YouTubers of all time. He has been under hot water and hot fire. As well as I said, hot water and hot fire. Can you really be under hot fire? Is that just me being stupid again? Probably. In hot fire. I'm sorry. I know you guys make fun of my pronunciations. Okay. I think there's something wrong with me. Okay. I think I'm diagnosed with literally being a little stupid. Okay. Sorry. Let's continue. But yeah, the last time we talked about Dream, I think it had to do with that whole situation with like George not found and Katie and the inappropriate touching that happened at VidCon. And then prior to that, I think we talked about Dream. It was like 7 or 8 months ago on his YouTube channel. He had to make an explanation because people were coming out left and right with these weird interactions that he had with some Snapchat, some pictures, and he made a pretty good video kind of like denouncing all of it. He was like, yeah, let me explain everything. Let me show you how this is a lie, this is a lie, this was misconstrued, this was misconstrued. Video that he made on his main channel called like The Truth. So now after 7 or 8 months, Guy is back with a video titled I Added Humans to Minecraft, and from what I understand, it's a banger and it did very well. It's got 3 million views in less than 2 days. It was number 4 or 3 on trending at one point in time, says number 6 now. Then yeah, 301,000 likes, over 17,000 dislikes. Pretty good video. He said it took him a year to make this and he added humans to Minecraft, and yes, 32 million subscribers. Dream is still prospering out here when it comes to the content. So yeah guys, that's Dream coming back. Like I said guys, a lot that's happening, but it doesn't stop there, right? There's so much more. We have yet another situation where, oh my God, somebody was talking to a minor. Again, FAN, freaky ass niggas everywhere. This one having to do with Cenat, the #1 Twitch streamer. Not him, but specifically his cameraman, Chris, apparently got caught with some leaks where he was texting very inappropriately, very inappropriately with a minor after he found out that they were, in fact, a minor. So it wasn't one of those accidental whoopsie doopsies. Oh, I had no idea you were a 16, 17 type situation. It was like oh, you're 16, 17, kind of like Cody Kell. You're underage, you're a minor. All right, I'm about to go full force into the situation with that knowledge. Tweet by Scuba Ryan saying Cenat gets emotional as he says he talked to the girl who accused his cameraman Chris V of talking to her while she was a minor and has confirmed that the messages were real. I believe this is the second time that Cenat has been in a situation where somebody from his friend group did something inappropriate when it came to women. I think the first one, which was really bad a long time ago, where I think a girl had claimed that she had got SA'd in somebody's house. And so now it's another person in his circle. It's pretty terrifying, right? You have these friend groups, you have these people around you and you trust them and you love them, and then you find out some of them are fans, and no one likes to deal with that. I guess this is a clip. I'll play it really fast for you guys. The Cenat talking about it.
She basically, she showed me every single thing. I asked her to confirm the iMessage, to confirm the number. It's confirmed. All right, all that shit is confirmed, and I'm just sick and tired of having to do shit like this. Because it's like, damn, my nigga, like I don't know how people are not just seeing something or like an age or something and just saying and just stopping. You feel me? It was just some messages that it's some messages that looks crazy, bro. You feel me? I'm not sugarcoating. The shit look crazy, bro. And the shit fucked me up the whole day, gang. Like the whole day. Shit fucked me up, cause like, nigga, what the are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, nigga, I have a whole vision. Like,
so Cenat was saying like, yeah, man, this whole news ruined everything. He had a lot of big old plans coming up, but now he has to deal with the fact that his cameraman has to be yanked off because he's out here doing some terrible shit. I really feel bad for him. It sucks, right? When you have a circle of friends, you have a group, you got homies, and then you find out somebody in your close circle is out here doing heinous things. That never is good for anyone. That will never be a situation. Like, even if you want to condemn this person, which he is doing right now, it feels like a betrayal, because now you're just like, damn, dude, I didn't know you was about that life and that energy. And now you gotta go because you're terrible, but also, why did you do it in the first place, bro? Why did you have to go this low? As for the text, man, yeah, it was nasty. No, A&P cameraman Chris V is currently being called out for allegedly being inappropriate with a minor that is 17 years old. That 17-year-old girl has posted a thread exposing screenshots and iMessage chat showing text messages between her and Chris. So it started off okay, which Chris had said, I wasn't kidding, I actually want to get to know you, in which the girl had said, oh, LMFAO, you cool, but respectfully, I'm actually 17, okay? My friends told me to say I'm 19, but you know, I gotta let you know the truth. And then he said, hey, nah, that's crazy, I respect you telling me though, no cap. She said, yeah, I didn't want to do you like that. So just making it very clear, this is a very clear statement to say I am off limits. I am 17, so don't do it. Do not do it. Here's a red stop sign. Take a step back. And this man said, green light, time to go. At the moment, I've been playing Call of Duty. I'm nice, 1v1. Let's play some 1v1 Call of Duty in the Discord server. Let's just play some video games, okay? That seems all fine, right? You know, not a big deal. All right, I guess I can't talk to you romantically, so do you just want to play some video games? Okay. Wrong. Oh my freaking good. This man got really horny. What? Like I could just imagine rubbing my blank on your blank. I put my whole blank down your throat. Just pick up your leg and put your, oh my God. Viewer discretion advised for those of you guys at home. This man was having a day and he knew what he was doing and he's real. Like I just can't imagine someone coming to you and saying like, look, I am underage, so don't do any sus stuff. And then you proceed to do said sussy things. What is wrong with you? It appears the girl in question tried to reach Kai at one point in time to keep everything private, but I don't know if Kai reached the message, unfortunately, and then it became public, wherein she had reached out and said, hey Kai, I've recently seen a clip about you speaking on the Ava Mr. B situation. I wanted to let you know that Chris, your cameraman, is definitely a too. I remember coming across him on TV while I was on Discord, sharing my screen to my friends. They told me that his name is Chris, that he is AMP's cameraman. I said, hi, Chris, which got his attention because he was curious how I knew his name. He asked for my age. I lied, said 19 because my friends told me to, and I just went with it. He asked for my Insta. I gave it to him. And as soon as he DM'd me, I told him my real age because I know it's not really cool to lie about that. And from there, I thought he was going to stop answering, but then it led to him being down for 1v1s on Call of Duty, which I thought was fine. Later on, it turned out to him being flirtatious and then texting me wild stuff you shouldn't say to a minor. During this time, I just turned 17. I am now 19. This happened December 2021. I will gladly show you all the screenshots I have to prove this. We also used FaceTime. I remember there was a time he passed the phone to you and I was telling you that I could also beat you in 1v1s. I don't know if this helps you to remember me, but yes. So, and you know, unfortunately, Kai's pretty freaking large. Not unfortunately, but fortunately for him. But unfortunately in this situation, this message probably got drowned in the DMs. And I believe him and AMP and also all the other guys went to confirm all of the information. So yeah, guys, another situation of a freaky ass nigga. 69 guns. Fans, oh man, all you gotta do, bro, all you gotta do is talk to an adult. How hard is it to not talk to kids? I keep saying this to you guys every single time. I think you're all thinking what I'm thinking, right? There's so many sexually attractive adults who are of legal age that will talk to you. Why? Why are you so desperate for the illegal activity? Why? Oh my God, man. This needs to be studied. I'm sure it has to be studied. I just want to talk to these people. I just want to say why. Just what was the switch that made you decide to pursue something that you knew was illegal, and you could have done the same thing with something that was legal? Was it desperation? Maybe you feel like you don't get enough, so you got to get it from somewhere. I don't know, man, but I'm tired of hearing about these events. But you guys need to know it's sad, right? But it's good that people are being exposed, because the more people that get exposed, the less people are going to be on the street. And also, when you see people getting exposed, right, it scares the people who like are out there. Like, there are people out there who are like, yeah, I can't wait to talk to a minor kind of thing. And they see all these people getting exposed as minors, and they're like, maybe I should wait. Maybe I shouldn't do this because I'm seeing all of these people getting these L's and getting basically destroyed on the internet. Maybe I should just not act on those very, very bad ideas in my head and talk to someone legal. It's a good thing that it's happening, that they're getting exposed, but it still sucks to know that it's happening, right? So, catch 22. Anyway, that's the situation that happened with Kai Cenat and his cameraman Chris V. I'll let you guys know if there's any updates from the situation. Palette freaking cleanser, okay? I know you guys, Omni, the news. Omni, the news is so, man, why are you doing this to me? We got a palette cleanser, okay? We have the resurrection and return of freaking Death Battle. From what I understand, I think Death Battle was owned by Rooster Teeth at one point in time, or maybe the entirety of the time, and then it went away. It was gone. After Rooster Teeth shut down, a lot of their production in their studios went away for good, and I believe Death Battle was one of the ones that got caught in the crossfire, but they returned. They did crowdfunding, and apparently they essentially got the money that they need to recreate Death Battles in like less than 24 hours. Yo, Prime, a lot of you guys asking me to talk about this good news. Death Battle, previously owned by Screw Attack and then Rooster Teeth, has gone independent. with a Kickstarter goal of 75,000. The initial goal was to hit it in 21 minutes. The initial goal was hit in 21 minutes. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I was not familiar with your game. Okay, I thought it was 24 hours. Minutes? And they raised over $450,000 in an 8-hour live stream. Guys, Death Battle is not going anywhere. This is what happens when you make content that everyone loves to death. Oh, in case you guys don't know what Death Battle is, sorry, I assumed you all know. Death Battle is a YouTube channel that takes ideas and concepts like, hey, what would happen if Goku fought Superman? You know, where you're at home and you're being a nerd. And, what would happen if Homelander versus Omni-Man, or Bugs Bunny versus Popeyes, or XYZ? What if these two people fought? What would actually happen? And these guys basically draw it out, animate it, and kind of also talk about the concept of like them fighting, right? Like how much force does Goku actually like create? How much force does Superman do? Different versions of Goku and different versions of Superman. It's like a really cool battle to see epic people fighting and then animate it for fun, but also to nerd out as well. And in case you guys are wondering how well this is being funded, it is almost at $500,000 raised in literally 48 hours. In 2 days, these guys quadrupled the amount of money that they needed to get this bad boy starting. So yes, Death Battle ain't going anywhere. See, good news. I told you guys, palate cleanser. I'm gonna make y'all feel good. I got some more news for y'all. The Paris Olympics are currently going down, and outside of the drama that happened with the opening ceremony, apparently there are these really cool women out here who have been winning this contest. The shooting contest seems to be one of the most popular contests where, you know, women go out, get a gun, and they shoot. And that's quite it. And yeah, I think it was the women's Korea team that took first place. Everyone is geeking out about this girl. Women sets new record while striking a Jojo's pose, hand in the pocket, pointing forward. Oh my God. You guys wish you could be this freaking cool. I believe the record was like 26 meters and she won that record for the shooting contest. I didn't even know this was a sport, but it's absolutely freaking fire. Saying that it's paying homage to this picture in this pose right here as she poses with the Jojo with the hand in the pocket. Oh my God. Also, in another update as well, when it comes to United States and my girl Simone Biles, I saw this, I believe I was in the gym yesterday. I was watching this happen. The Olympic participant Simone Biles broke the record for the most gold medals in U.S. gymnastics history. Huge W. Her performance was clean, and yes, it was clean. This girl is flawless. I keep looking at these things when I watch, and I'm like, who's gonna fall? Who's gonna tumble? I saw some clip where some guy basically like back dived into a pool and got an absolute zero. I'll see if I can find that and show it to you guys later. We've got China as number 1. I saw China doing some of the gymnastics. You guys know the one where you kind of put your hands up to the side, the two poles, the two circles, and you gotta go around in circles. I saw China killing it. They were really good at whatever that gymnastic thing is with the stretchy thing and floating around in the air. They got 7 gold medals, 6 silvers for a total of 15. Japan has also 7 golds with 2 silvers with a total of 13. France with 6 gold. Great Britain with 6. Australia with 6. South Korea with 5. United States in 7th place with 4 gold medals, but with the largest amount of silver medals, 11. They have the most medals in total, actually. They have 26, 11 second place, and 11 third place. So it seems like they have just been like an inch away from snatching those golds, which could have changed everything. They're not quite getting first place, but they're getting a lot of second and third place. Italy in 8th place, Canada in 9th with 2 golds, and Germany in 10th, and then you have the rest of everybody else. That's the Olympics right now. I'll give you guys the full results after it ends. It looks like it's been really fun. Something to put around in the background. You guys can let me know what your favorite Olympic sport is. So far, I think my favorite one to watch is definitely still the gymnast, but there are some cool ones as well. I saw some really cool fencing ones. Dude who was bunny hopping with a sword or whatever, but yeah, I'll keep you guys posted once the Olympics are done and some of the biggest highlights as well that I can cover. All right, guys, that's all for today's video. Huge, big, chunky, wonky. All right, you'll probably catch me one more time tomorrow on Thursday. I hope you guys are enjoying the back-to-back-to-back-to-backs. And yeah, stay safe on these streets. I love you guys. Y'all take it easy, brush your teeth, and peace.